Hi, my name is Linda Bjork, and I am a best-selling author. I am the host of the podcast Linda's Corner, and I'm the founder and executive director of Hope for Healing nonprofit. In this video, I'd like to share a fun and easy 5-minute morning routine that can change your life. And it does it on a physiological and chemical level. In just 5 minutes, you can do something to help relieve muscle tension, manage stress, boost energy levels, improve mood, improve the neuroplasticity of the brain, stimulate the prefrontal cortex, boost the immune system, reduce inflammation, energize muscles, and aid in digestion. It also helps us to be able to increase our resilience and improves the way that we show up, which in turn improves our performance at work and in life. I'll briefly explain what to do and how to do it, and then I'll explain why it works. So all we have to remember is MMWW, music, movement, words, and water. So the first thing we have to do is choose a song that you love, something that makes you happy, something that makes you want to sing and dance along. This is going to be your timer. Most songs last between 3 and 4 minutes. Now, during the time of this song, you're going to move your body. There's lots of different ways to do it, and I'll explain more about that in a minute. Now, the WW is words and water. For that, all we have to do is grab a notepad and a pen and write 5 things that we're grateful for, and then drink a bottle of water. That is it. You are done. It can take 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to explain why we do this and why it makes any difference in our lives. I'll start about music. So music is an incredibly powerful tool to affect the way that we feel. Through fMRI scans, they show that more parts of the brain are stimulated when we're listening to music than anything else we can do. It has more influence on the way that we feel than any other thing that we can do. Now, we've also shown that our brain waves tend to synchronize somewhat to the beat of the music, and we can use this in lots of different ways. If we're feeling very stressed out, by listening to calming music, it can actually help literally to calm the brain waves down. And if we're feeling like, oh, we just can't be motivated, I can't get started, I just don't want to do anything, then we can listen to positive, upbeat music, and that can literally help jumpstart our brain into action. Now, when we talk about movement, there's something kind of counterintuitive when we talk about exercise, in that when we exercise, it actually increases our energy. If we want more energy, we need to move more. When we move our bodies, it helps to relax muscle tension. It helps us to be able to be healthier on a physical, mental, and emotional level. It helps to be able to relieve stress. It helps to increase the level of endorphins, and it helps to lower the levels of cortisol, which is that stress hormone in our body. Now, when you take the music and the movement and put it together, oh my gosh, it does amazing, incredible things for the way that we feel. For example, if you're having a hard time and you're feeling kind of powerless and weak and maybe overwhelmed and frustrated, man, you turn on a song from one of the Rocky movies and start shadowboxing. By the end of the song, you're going to feel amazing. It's almost like magic. But you don't have to do shadow boxing. You can do any kind of exercise, like the traditional things, jumping jacks, push-ups, and sit-ups, or you can do Tai Chi or yoga or do some stretches, or my personal favorite, just dance. Choose something that makes you happy. Now, if any type of exercise just makes you cringe, there actually is one more option. And that is, instead of moving your body to the music, you can sing along. Now, singing has been shown to do incredible things for the way that we feel. Again, it helps to relax muscle tension. It helps to lower the cortisol levels. It helps to increase the levels of endorphins. And it has been scientifically proven to help reduce depression and anxiety. One study, which is one of my favorites, was done where they took a control group, people struggling with depression, and they said, just keep doing what you're doing, don't change a thing. Then they took another group that was struggling with depression, and they asked them to just make one change, and that is just sing a song every day. That's it. 30 days later, came back to check. The control group was exactly where they were 30 days ago. The study group that had been singing had significantly lower levels of depression and anxiety. And the only thing that they changed was that they sang a song every day. Okay, so we have a choice of music and movement or music and singing. Now, for the words and water, let's talk a little bit about what a gratitude journal can do for us. Now, some people might think, oh, gratitude journals, isn't that nice for those fluffy little people who like to do things like that? But it doesn't help like real people dealing with real problems, right? Well, the research shows that it makes a huge difference. From research, they've shown that having an attitude of gratitude actually improves the neuroplasticity of the brain, which is absolutely critical for any kind of healing or growth. It helps us to be able to adapt to change. It helps us to be able to be more resilient. It is critical in functioning in our minds. Now, it also, having an attitude of gratitude helps to stimulate the prefrontal cortex area, which is the part of the brain where we have conscious thought. So this helps us to be able to do better in our decision making. It also helps us to be more able to act rather than to react to the situations that come up in our lives. Gratitude has also been proven to help relieve depression. Again, one of my favorite studies, a group of people who are struggling with depression, they were asked, okay, we just want you to write 3 things in a gratitude journal every day and see if it makes any difference. 15 days later, they came back and checked. 94% of the participants had a noticeable improvement in the way that they felt. Gratitude does incredible things for the way that we show up. It helps to shift our focus. It helps us to improve our happiness. Now, let's talk about water for a little bit. Most people are actually dehydrated and don't even know it. Having enough water is so important for the function of our brain. Drinking enough water is one of those things that is little talked about, and yet it has such a great effect in the way that we feel. Research has shown that dehydration, as little as 1%, can start to affect our mood, our fatigue, and our brain activity. So having enough water is so important. Now, if the idea of drinking just plain water makes you gag, then put a slice of lemon in it, or make it into lemonade with some lemon juice and some pure maple syrup. And I do mean actual maple syrup, not just like pancake syrup that's high fructose corn syrup. Having lemon water has been proven to do so many things for our body. It helps prevent kidney stones. It helps with digestion. It helps improve the appearance of our skin and a whole bunch of other amazing things that can do for us. What many people don't realize is that self-care and self-improvement doesn't have to take hours and hours and hours or be boring. Just 5 minutes is enough to get started. Now, will it solve all of your problems? Of course not. Is there still more room to grow and improve? Yes, there is. But getting started makes all the difference. You transform from somebody who thinks, well, yeah, probably I should exercise. Yeah, probably I should drink more water. Yeah, probably I should do self-care, into someone who is exercising, someone who is drinking more water, and someone who is doing self-care. And when you start to turn that wheel, magical things happen. Now, change comes from a combination of learning and doing. So I can explain these things to you. However, it won't actually do you any good unless you do it. So I am going to invite you to join with me in a 30-day challenge to spend 5 minutes each morning doing this morning routine. And I promise that within 30 days, you will see a noticeable improvement. Please print out a tracking sheet on the Hope for Healing website to help you stay on target. I also invite you to grab a copy of one of my books, like Crushed, A Journey Through Depression, or Amazon bestseller, You Got This, an action plan to calm fear, anxiety, worry, and stress. I also invite you to watch or listen to my podcast, Linda's Corner.